So I haven't been on the spyder since last Friday. It is now Tuesday, and normally I can't talk. Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully the direction I'm headed and the angle of the sun, which right now is right in front of us, isn't blowing the camera out too bad. It is a wet and windy, it's supposed to be just a nasty day today. The high of 55, I think is what they said. The spyder's saying it's 57 right now, but it's warmed up and reading a little bit of heat from the motor. So I have not been on the spyder since last Friday. It is now Tuesday. I normally don't miss more than just a day when I'm a So I haven't been on the spyder since last Friday. It is now Tuesday, and normally I can't talk. What is this guy doing? Normally turn signal moron. Normally I'm not off of the spyder for more than just a day. But the wife and I, we headed up to Mackinac. We hit Mackinac City. We did not go to Mackinac Island. We wanted this to be just a not as cheap as possible trip, but it was. We weren't going to do any more trips this year, so this was just a hey, for our anniversary, why don't we drive the car and head up to the Great Lakes. It was absolutely an amazing trip. Even though I wasn't on the spyder, we took my car, and from our house to the hotel was 502 miles. So it's well within my 100-mile ride a day if I want to take the spyder. And you know, 500 miles, like 7 hours or whatever it took us to get up there in the car. But it is amazing the difference in the tree color. It's just absolutely gorgeous up there. So we're still pretty green down here. You know, some of the smaller stuff that's just ground cover, you know, it's changed. The yellows are pretty. But for the most part, we're still pretty green. Up there, they probably reached their peak last week sometime. So we were just past the peak, and it was just absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do is, I really didn't shoot much video. I shot some video of us crossing the Mackinac Bridge. We stayed in St. Agnes, which is in the Upper Peninsula, which was a adorable little town. And with it being so late in the year, you know, we're toward the end of October, there were some of the shops and businesses were already shut down for the year, which is amazing. So they're shut down November, December, January, February, March. They said 6 months, so they must not open again until April. And yes, I had to use my fingers. So what I'm going to do, I think, with this video is, you know, I took a lot of still pictures, so I'll throw a couple in. Like I said, I was just amazed at how beautiful it was. And you know, normally I would have taken the Spyder, but with the wife not being comfortable on this thing anymore, and with it being so late in the year, I would have been fine. But oh my, yesterday it rained all day, so our whole trip home was just a constant downpour. And I knew it was going to rain, but I didn't take steps to make my trip easier. You know, I checked the oil and I checked the coolant, and you know, I looked over the car. Since the car sits most of the time, I only drive it 2 months out of the year. You know, the major things, you know, I filled it up a couple days before. I put a couple 100 miles on it, just to make sure, you know, if something was going to happen, it would happen locally and not, you know, halfway through our trip to where it would ruin our trip. But, you know, the things I didn't do is make sure all the gunk was off the wiper blades and treat the windshield with Rain-X. And that's stuff I do all the time before we take a trip. But, you know, some of the video I did take, I will put in this video. And then, you know, I just took pictures with my phone. And, you know, a couple turned out wonderful. The light was perfect. So I'll throw a couple of those in this video. And it is definitely, you know, 500 miles. So 500 miles from my house would be Tail of the Dragon, about anywhere in the Smoky Mountains. So that's why, you know, the last couple years I've been heading down to the Smoky Mountains, because it's within that 500 mile window. And that's what I can do comfortably on a day with the factory seat and an air hock and this poor windscreen. I just can't do much more than 500 miles right now. So, you know, the Smoky Mountains are, and parts of West Virginia and Shenandoah, you know, those are super close, I feel, to me, and that's why I spend a lot of time in that area of the country riding. But the upper third of Michigan, the Mitten, and the Upper Peninsula was truly, truly amazing. You know, so if I do a 3-day weekend and shoot down to the Smokies, which I love, and, you know, I actually miss going down there this time. You know, I could spend the first 500 miles get where I want to go, and then, you know, the next day or so I can explore the area, and then that's another 100 or another 500 miles to get back. So, you know, I might be adding that instead of shooting down to the Smokies. So on that, I think I'm going to let everybody go.